Untouchable, uncrushable.
This for people who still mad I'm great. Fuck, feel it.
The revolution is the genocide. My execution might be televised. My execution might be televised.
And you know it's probably going to be televised. So the big announcement is sitting right here. Meet the host with the most, the two of us. It is going to be me and Triborough from now on. If you prefer to be called Triborough.
Yes.
But again,
Young Storm.
introduce yourself. That is Young Storm. That is his character, his cat. There's going to be new merch dropping tomorrow on t-shirts, a lot more affordable things. One of the complaints that I got was my stuff is a little pricey, but with 25% off, you know, you can go down to the descriptions, click and go get your holiday stuff. We coming out with hats, we coming out with mugs, we coming out with t-shirts, you know, still champ hoodies, champ sweatshirts, essential sweatshirts, all sorts of stuff. But if you're down on your luck, hey, we still got affordable tees. So you got to check out that magazine line that is dropping as a special edition to the new edition that we have here. Triborough, go ahead and tell them what we're about to get into tonight.
Tonight we are doing the best video game movies of all time, and then we're going to mention the worst ones too. I even got some honorable mentions. But before we start, I want to say thank you, Nick. You know, I got to say thank you to you and your wife for, you know, even having the idea of you know, bringing me on as a co-host. And like I told you before we started, we're going to make this the best platform on Friday nights for people to come in and be themselves and just chill and talk nostalgia.
Yeah, man, and don't get into your feelings. Don't get into, you know, something you can't handle. This channel is going to be fun sometimes. Other times it is going to be controversial. We are going to try to open up this platform to musical acts, maybe young talent that hasn't really been discovered yet. If we come across somebody, we are really going to try to make this a platform where everybody can come on, you know, show off what you got, display what you got, and, you know, get things popping. Because the one thing I will always say and I will always stick to is that nobody on planet Earth has been successful or gotten to a success level without the help of others. So that's one thing you always have to consider is it takes somebody, one person to discover you, and then you go out and next thing you know, one person turns into 20, turns into 100, turns into a great time on the podcast.
Definitely.
So would you like to go first for your number? So you want to do the worst first or you want to do the best first?
Let's do the worst first.
Okay.
Number 5, I made a top 5, so top 5 for each. So number 5, I got Need for Speed. That movie, when that came out, and I remember watching it, but there wasn't a lot of promotion for the movie. And I want to say I think Aaron Paul was in that movie, and it was nothing like the games that we played back in the day on PlayStation. It was nothing like those games where you had like the hottest sports car and you're like doing 100 and something miles an hour when the cops are chasing you. It wasn't that. This movie reminded me more of like Fast and Furious, you know, and it just didn't have the same type of cast like Fast and Furious, but it didn't make a lot of money, and to me it didn't remind me of the video game, you know, and that's what I was looking for when they announced it, that they were doing a Need for Speed movie. And I didn't get that. It was more like there was a lot of, you know, dialogue with the main character, and he had a car, and but I didn't see no police chases in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, why even make this movie? It's like you get people hyped, especially the fans of that gaming franchise. You finally do the movie, and then when it come out, it's not reminiscent of the game. So that was my number 5.
Yeah, I like Need for Speed. It's not in my top 5, but I liked it. They based it off of the video game The Run. That was what the storyline was kind of based off of. But I see what you're saying. Like the couple of police chases were just kind of a little wonky and out there. But mostly it was like them being chased by other people trying to hunt them for the bounty. So, and then meeting up at some big secret race and all that, but the cops still knew where it was. You know, I get where people don't like the movie, but for me, that's kind of like a guilty pleasure for me. I love that movie in like the bad way. It's like, to me, it's so bad that it's good, but it also doesn't make my guilty pleasure list either. So, but My number 5 is gonna be Doom.
Mm,
I know that this was like The Rock still kind of like first busting
mhm.
out, but that like I didn't really like the game to begin with because it was
Right,
mostly a PC platform when it first came out, and I wasn't
right.
into the PC
Mm,
scene. I was too busy with Sony PlayStation,
mhm.
but I just didn't really feel it like that. So I just kind of like to me it wasn't enough action. It wasn't enough of anything. I thought the
Right,
storyline was stupid, but I still own
mhm.
it
Right.
because I seen it on sale and that's how I seen it. I didn't see it in the theaters because it didn't
Mhm.
really interest me. But for a couple of bucks, I was like, if I watch it and I don't like it, well, it wasn't
Mhm.
really that much.
I actually
So
went to see that when it came out, and The Rock was still a huge star in WWE at that time. He was